What's up, guys? Today we're going to take a look at some starter markets. We're going to go through rapid fire every profession in Cataclysm Classic, and I'm going to show you one or two or three or a recipe type that's going to be profitable to craft, or that I've found is profitable to craft right now. Focusing on starter markets, so not something that will make you super rich if you're already rich. This is the kind of stuff people are new to gold making, want to get their feet wet on the auction house, get their first gold, get their first sales. This is for you. So let's jump in. For Alchemy, I think that transmutes are the way to go, essentially. I don't think that, well, right now, still, consumables aren't really online because the raid isn't opened. Daily transmute is the best one. I think that the best one you can possibly do is, on most cases, doing the transmute living elements while inside Uldum. This will guarantee you primal air. But you could also be looking at the True Gold Transmute as a good one. As right now we can see it's 200 profit, and then on top of that there's the chance to proc extras. Those are both pretty good. Daily Gold going to give you a little bit. Then there's also the possibility that some of the uncapped ones are profitable. Meta gems can potentially be profitable, and the Inferno Ruby, I've had success with this, but I've mostly been doing this and then cutting the finished Inferno Rubies into actual gems to put on the auction house. That way it has been profitable. So transmutes are kind of nice. Potions and flasks might come online down the line, but right now completely pointless. For blacksmithing, I'm just going to focus on one single item, the Ebon Steel Belt Buckle. The profit isn't something crazy. We're looking at like 45 gold profit, but these sell really quickly. They sell very, very quickly. If you have 10 of these on your bank alt and you just sit there and repost every 5 minutes during peak hours, you'll probably sell 15 of them. Absolutely. Best in slot enchant sells really quickly. Not too expensive to craft. The only thing that's expensive is obviously leveling your profession to max. But yeah, this one is great. Now, engineering is not the best one. It's pretty hard to make gold with this outside of, like, you can sell the kickback 5,000 if you have Chaos Orbs, but that just requires you to do a bunch of heroics and use your Chaos Orbs on gold, which you may or may not want to do. But I found something very interesting, and that's because of the engineering helmet that requires the cogwheel trinkets, or the cogwheel gems. And you get those from this vendor. And they cost various engineering crafted items. Now, a lot of these right now are selling for less than their crafting cost, so you don't really need engineering for all of them. But yeah, grab these, throw them on the auction house. I've sold a couple of these for very nice profits in the past. People are buying these because, I mean, it's not really obvious where any of these are, so people might just look on the auction house and be like, okay, yeah, it's 100 gold, whatever, I'll just buy it here. I don't know where to get it. So it worked surprisingly well. Now, enchants, this is another little tricky one in my opinion. There aren't that many good recipes. The best ones I found are the weapon enchants, these lower level weapon enchants. These have higher demand right now. People aren't going to be putting Power Torrent, which is extremely expensive, or the other Maelstrom Crystal using enchants on their weapons. So these ones fairly cheap, but they're still expensive enough that they aren't going to be overcrafted by people leveling their profession. So they are pretty nice. Just grab some of these Hurricane, Heartsong, maybe even Mighty Agility. These are the types of recipes I'd be focusing on. With Enchanting, there's also the potential to do some Enchanting shuffling by buying items and disenchanting them for money. But outside of that, most of the recipes are just overcrafted by people leveling their profession and not profitable right now, but that will eventually change. Then we have Inscription. In my opinion, I mean, if we're looking at max level stuff, we have the Darkmoon decks, obviously, but I'm not going to talk about those here because that's not an entry level market. Entry level market here is, in my opinion, all of the glyphs. Yeah, there are so many glyphs that are doing big profit numbers. So if you do just do some research, some Northern Inscription research, you'll unlock some recipes. There are recipes with 60, 70, 80, 100 gold profit even. On my realm, and the glyphs sell really quickly. I'm sure if we, well, I've told one now, but I have a bunch of glyphs that I crafted earlier on in Wrath, essentially, and they have been selling really consistently. People still need glyphs. They're absolutely not finished with glyphs. We can see here, I've sold 422 glyphs in the last 30 days. That's pretty much all in the last week. for 9,500 gold. So grab some glyphs, get them onto the auction house. Really nice. All right, jewel crafting. I think that the best way to go about jewel crafting is to unlock one of the rare gem recipes. If you can get the right one, like I picked Keen Ember Topaz because it had fairly high region average daily sold and a very high price. You can see it's 150 gold still. And Ember Topazes are 30 gold to buy or something like that, even less usually on the auction house. So I think that the orange or the purple are the best colors for this. They still have a lot of cuts that aren't popular yet. So get one of those, look for something that's expensive but still has a good sell rate. Grab that and craft it for as long as you can. For leatherworking, I think that these PVP pieces, 339, this is definitely the way to go. There's a lot of them for leatherworking, more than for many of the other professions, which means that there's a lot less competition on each one. And it also means that people haven't all been barreling into like the same 3 recipes and flooded the auction house with them, so that we can see here that there's a lot of profitable ones. In particular, these ones, the male ones that require black and dragon scale, they're not part of any professional leveling guides. So pretty much no one has crafted these to level their profession. So as you can see here, the profits are very nice, and they're selling. I've sold a bunch of different bloodied scale, bloodied leather items over the last couple of days. So that's a great market. Tailoring, I'd say we're looking at the same items as same item types as leatherworking, the PvP gear. This is a lot less profitable than leatherworking because there are fewer items to craft, so the competition is higher. There's also a lot more of these items that the non-level skill 525 ones have all been used to level professions, so they're all selling for a massive loss. But the max level ones are selling for some decent profits, and they're selling pretty quickly as well. So there's that. So guys, that's it. Those are some example items for every profession. Yeah, go onto the auction house, grab your professions, try some of these things out, and start making some gold. See ya.